who to you is the most fascinating serial killer of the true crime things that you've explored?
I think, well, Ted Bundy's way up there. I think Charles Manson and is another.
Have you seen on Ted Bundy? Because I find him super fascinating.
No.
Have you seen? There's a lot of movies on him. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil and vile. It's a retelling of his life from the perspective of his long-term girlfriend.
No, I have not seen that one
which ties together a lot of our conversation. So it's probably my favorite one. A lot of people say it's the best movie on Ted Bundy, so you should definitely watch it.
I will.
I recommend it to others, but it's from a perspective of the relationship, and it's just one of the really powerful windows into a serial killer that I saw there is that from the perspective of the relationship, you can have just this healthy looking relationship. Yeah, there's some fights and so on, but the usual dating and all that kind of stuff was all there. So all the murders he was doing, he had a long-term girlfriend throughout all of that. And also throughout all of that, I'll try not to give away in case you don't know the story. Throughout all of that, she stood by his side. She refused to believe everything that was happening.
Yeah.
Until the very end. Of course, it shifts in the very end, and that's a fascinating shift of the breaking of the illusion. But it's really fascinating that you can have those two things. That
yeah. Well, I think that part of it is we have these stereotypes that we expect people like serial killers to be these ugly, drooling creatures that are sort of evil all the time. And so that's why even like you had, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but like Stalin, who killed, millions of people, apparently like loved his kids and loved his family and people. So we have, that's part of the complication, the complexity of human nature and human psychology is we don't have just this one, this one property that dictates how we behave in all circumstances.
Yeah, the devil is going to be charismatic. That's why that's one of the things I've learned about just looking at evil people, looking at Jeffrey Epstein, who seemed to have hoodwinked quite a lot of people.
Yes, yeah, that's another fascinating case. Yeah, he wasn't a serial killer, but a serial sexual predator.
And a lot of people I know and respect didn't see the evil.
Yeah.
And so I never met the guy, but it's like, are you guys oblivious? Like what was, there must have been something, and from everything I see is purely just charisma. It's the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
That
well, he was a very charming psychopath.
Yeah, but I think every psychopath to be effective has to be charming.
Yeah, the successful ones. Yeah. Successful psychopaths.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, Ted Bundy was one. He was a good-looking guy, intelligent, and could turn on the charm, and then had this evil.
Is there something interesting to be said that I think a large percentage of the fan base, like I've seen numbers like 80% plus of the fan base for true crime shows is women? Is there some psychology behind that?
I haven't seen that. I was not aware if a sex difference that I'm not aware of.
That you should I mean, I've heard that in a lot of places. So I wonder if there's some there's something about true crime. Maybe because it's just like sexual kinks for men develop early on for the cues. Maybe for women, there's the cues of the threat of violence. The attentiveness to violence develops early on, and therefore a fascination with violence.
Well, I think that one thing is that, well, with serial killers specifically, I don't know if this is true of true crime in general, but serial killers, like you find like a lot of people, a lot of women fall in love with them, or even if they're jailed for serial killing. And I think one of the features of it is that it parasitizes or hijacks status mechanisms in that a key cue to status is the attention structure. That is, the high status people are the people to whom the most people pay the most attention. And so serial killers garner a lot of attention. And even though for evil deeds, it's still attention. So I think that hijacking of our status allocation adaptations is partly responsible for that.